Hello and welcome to another edition of taking a closer look at the news. In this edition, we are looking at the PDP presidential primaries that concluded recently, and we want to understand the process of that political event, and also to understand the impact and implications of what happened in the primaries. Now, all reports are saying that this was really the money primaries, and the money primaries because a lot of money was splashed on delegates on the process, and eventually we have a winner. Is Atiku, a former vice president, two-term vice president, and emerged the winner. Now, the question is, did he win fair and square? If money was being splashed on delegates, then he could not have won fairly, and that is the problem. If Atiku didn't win fairly, then he's not deserving of the presidency because he did not win on his own accord. He won using money to sway candidates, to sway delegates, and that is the problem with this country, Nigeria. In democratic countries around the world, usually, right, delegates will come, candidates will present the agenda, and delegates will deliberate and vote for the person they think is most competent. And that person will go on and represent the party. But not so in this process. Money was really the motivating factor here. You take away money, candidates, Atiku will not win the primaries because Atiku is spent. Atiku has no ideas. He has nothing left in the bag, if he at all he had anything in the bag to begin with. As vice president, he did nothing really for the country. He was fighting with his boss, and Nigerians saw the fruitless time he spent in office, fighting with his boss, rather than solving problems like the electricity problems and providing security for Nigerians and jobs and healthcare and building roads and infrastructure and so forth. He was fighting with his boss. This is the man that is seeking to lead Nigerians once again. This time at the top of the ticket. This is the man that wants the office of the presidency. Clearly, he wants it for the title. He wants to be called Mr. President because Atiku has sought this office for the sixth time. This is the sixth time Atiku is seeking the presidency, and we have to ask the question: what does he want? What new ideas does he want? Does he have? Excuse me, to put forth. How does he seek to lead the country? Does he have the magic wand to lead the country? The answer is no. Atiku doesn't have the magic wand. He was vice president. He did nothing. He was in charge of the the bureau that was selling off public agencies and so forth. We all saw how that went. Atiku is spent. He's 75. He has 30 children or so. It's time to spend time with your grandchildren and leave Nigeria alone. Atiku should leave Nigeria alone. He has no ideas. He has no ideas. Let people that have ideas lead the country. Because these are the same people that run the country. These are the same people that trample upon the country. These are the same people that put the youth in the position they are in now, jobless, and crime and insecurity rampant all over the place. What is it coming back to do? That's the question Nigeria should be asking. Now, these primaries there were other candidates in these primaries. Aminu Tambawal was one of them, Sokoto State Governor, as well as the River State Governor, Mr. Wike. According to reports, Wike was splashing money as well. Atiku was splashing $20,000 US dollars on each delegate, and Wike was splashing $15,000 on each delegate. And according to reports, Wike was splashing well before getting to the primaries, was going about the country seeking for support and was, parting with money. At each stop, he will give a lot of money. Emirs and royal fathers and chiefs, and all of them were receiving money from Wike in his bid to become president, unattainable bid to become president. And in Kaduna, he gave 200 million naira to settle displaced indigents. In Benue State, he gave millions and millions of naira. And this is how he spent River State money to pursue his selfish goal. Now, let's be very clear about this. Wike hasn't paid pensioners their gratuity since he came into office. He hasn't paid pensioners, but yet he's spending the state's money to pursue his selfish agenda. And again, unattainable agenda. Wike cannot be president with his, with his character. Cannot be president of this country. But yet he's spending money recklessly and hasn't paid workers their normal yearly, increment that workers all across the country receive and around the world receive yearly increment. He hasn't paid that since he came into office in 2015. Peanuts we're talking about here. He hasn't paid it. And yet he's spending River State money, millions and millions and millions of naira. According to some reports, he spent almost 30 billion naira in this process of giving money to emirs and royal fathers and chiefs and delegates and communities and other governors so that they can support his candidacy. And all along, he hasn't paid pensioners their gratuity in the state. 10 years and going and counting. He hasn't paid pensioners. This is the man that wants to be president of Nigeria? This is the man? Is this the character of a president? Don't take care of your people, you take care of everybody else. If you don't take care of your people, and you seek the presidency at the expense of your own state, and Nigerians should be asking the relevant questions. And people of River State should be asking the relevant questions as well. Where did Wike get 30 billion naira to support his presidential bid? Where did he get it? According to reports, he pulled second behind Atiku. That means he really gathered a lot of votes and paid money for those votes. And so Nigerians should begin to think very hard about this process. Do they want people like Atiku, people like Tinubu, who are spent, have no ideas, and only got to their positions right now in their various parties by spending the people's money? Are those the men they want to lead them? Men that, again, failed on many levels? Or do they want somebody like Pirobi, who left the PDP because of the charm of primaries and because of the morality that was going on in the party and the corruption, and left that party? A man with integrity and a man of high moral standing and with ethics. A man that will lead Nigeria right. A man that is seeking the office not for himself, but to take the country to the next level. It's about time Nigerians began to look out for themselves and begin to stop this ethnic nonsense. Oh, he is from my region, so I'm going to vote for him. He's from my religion, so I'm going to vote for him. You have to ask yourself the question, how has your life changed? Because a man that shares the same religion with you is in office. Because a man from the same region with you is in office. How has your life changed? You're still dying. You're still jobless. You still don't have access to electricity. You still don't have 3 square meals. But yet somebody that shares the same religion with you is in office. And somebody from your region is in office. But you have not benefited from their being in office. Think about that. Think for yourself. Think about your families. And vote somebody, regardless of their religion and ethnicity, who will turn this country around and who will make this country better for all. And vote for passion and vote for somebody who is competent. You've seen what Atiku can do. We have seen what Tinubu can do. And these men have no ideas. So it's about time Nigerians begin to think for themselves and begin to take the bull by the horn and chart a new path. A new Nigeria is possible, but it's only possible if Nigerians can do the right thing and vote for competency and not for religion and ethnicity. Competency.